chick, she don't know that I can patient. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something that can calm down front. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't got down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you miss him, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I got an estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can patient. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down front. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She says she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Giants. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Trubisky. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
He was brought down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
First down.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
The score, Bears 7, Giants nothing. Eddie Pinheiro.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tackle made at the 20.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
25-yard line.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Montgomery. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Not much there, only a yard.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown of the new season as the Bears push further out in front. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Giants nothing. Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff portion.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
Ball carrier.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 39-yard line.
2nd and 4. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Giants nothing.
That's out to the left and complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Complete.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Giants first down.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
19 yards.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 9, 2nd and 5.
At the Bears' 9-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Gomez, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
Trubisky's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Watch the slant.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Chicago.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Stud 98 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving. Allen Robinson just goes out and plays hard each and every week.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much, because as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is,
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
At the 1-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now it's Trubisky. Open man. He finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Kmet with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Bears 21, Giants 7. Eddie Pinheiro, the kickoff for Chicago.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You give the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Jones out to the flat. That's caught. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route runnings.
He's got a man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants.
Complete.
Golden Tate in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
Graham Gano.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
37-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Touchdown.
Saquon Barkley, 79 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Gano now to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Open man, completes it to Butler. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Throwing, Jones. He's got his man. This is Tate. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up
2nd and 5.
At the Bears' 27-yard line.
Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go to Barkley again, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. So a chance to give his guys a second-half lead there, but it goes by the wayside.
And, Brandon, that's the worst sound in the world for an NFL kicker. Gong!
That was good. Do that again.
Gong!
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. This is Butler making the catch. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
There's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On first down, Trubisky. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A gain of 3.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
7-yard line.
Now Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
By the Giants. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go for the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. On third down, Barkley. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
33-yard line.
Laid back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Giants 28, Bears 21. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Completes it to Miller. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Trubisky will throw. Flush to his right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 9-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third and 9. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he's out right at the 25. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
A gain of 15.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Now Trubisky on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And now it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This will be taken at the 10. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Bears take over.
22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Escaping the pressure right. The connection made. It's Graham. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Short game, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Fourth down. Here's Trubisky. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Trubisky. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He's going to let it. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Open man is Komet, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Again, it's Trubisky. Open man, Butler complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking for the end zone. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. And it's incomplete. Now there is 1 second remaining. So they'll have time here for one more play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot for Trubisky. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Giants, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.